You're on mute. I can't hear you.
And all that time, I forgot I got another mute. Hey,
My baby,
after what happened yesterday, what's up, baby? There goes I said I was saying all that stuff. I said,
Not that I had to put it in the chat.
get the tradition going. Yeah, that's a fact.
Tradition. What's the function?
Hold up, hold up. There we go. Now I feel finished. Tell me what's the function. Let's really have a real conversation now. Let's get it.
Okay, behind the words, like a ghost. Ooh. Oh yeah, okay. Let's do our little thing.
Right. I can't hit that one. You got me on that one.
What's up, Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
That heart me. That's what's up.
Boy,
Yes,
Spider-Man knew me since I've been on this thing too for a minute.
For real?
Yeah, I know him for, and all I get is a couple words. It's glasses. I don't even think he said that before. He just said glasses, sunglasses. He only taught glasses and gifts.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I follow his other page too, because I think he got another page. I follow him on that too. There you go. See, that's his high right there, and that's all I need.
That's hilarious.
That's all I need.
Yo, that's so dope. Yeah, there's some people you connect with. They're so genuine. Hey, wait, can you hear me tapping?
No, I don't hear nothing.
Okay, see? Okay. Some people do just be tapping mad hard.
That's what it be here.
Yeah, because I'm like...
Marie.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for the heart, me.
Yeah, I think about putting myself in that little box, but
some people just know how to do it right. They come in, all you gotta do is click that little heart me. You know, ain't nobody.
Just that simple. Just that
simple. Yeah, I love people like that. I love people like that, man. I feel like, I don't know. There's just some people, they just like love supporting people, and I don't know. It's just
they want to see the best out of you, man. They want to see the best for real.
Yeah, it don't cost. You know what? I think that's the people that's selfless. Like it's not about what they're gonna receive in the end. It's like they genuinely do it out the kindness of their heart. Like, yeah.
Once you ain't got to force, you ain't got to tell. Appreciate you, Maria. You know, you been all right, Marie? Oh, pick me self. Yeah, I ain't forget.
She's a pick me.
Yeah, that's the good pick me, not
the good pick me. Welcome.
welcome.
Oh, thank you, Marie. Blessed and highly favored. Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
And you know, Marie is like a traditional, like Haitian French name. No, well, it's very.
Oh, the name, okay.
Yeah, French and Spanish. Well, it'd be like Maria. Hey, A Brown.
A Brown in the building.
Y'all, thank you for hitting that daily heart me. We're trying to get Kev to 5K before starting the conversation, and then hopefully we fill up these boxes. Hopefully, because I think you said I was picked. That's what pick me's. Well, yeah, no, okay. I think the pick me's that are truly pick me's, I feel like they're never picked. Like, for real. Like, it's kind of like a simp. A simp is never picked. It's never chosen.
Right. All the time. They can't even stand on whatever they stand on. It's just about putting this act on. Eventually it's gonna come out though, all the time. You can put on an act and then somebody gonna expose your real. It happen all the time. Yeah, they gonna always expose.
Yeah, we found a real pick me and it was crazy.
That's a fact.
And
That's
that's what
a
I told
fact.
Tim. I was like, Tim, that's a real pick me, and that's why women, let y'all know they can be dangerous. They're just as manipulative.
Hmm. Oh, that's the game.
That's the
Manipulation
game.
is the game. Speaking of the
Facts.
topic from yesterday, manipulation. All right. Let's
Yep,
talk
we
about that
spoke on
today.
manipulation yesterday. Yeah, it
Hmm.
was a really good topic. This is a really good topic too. I'm
Oh,
really into that. Yeah,
today's
righteousness.
issue and
Yeah.
righteousness
Mm-hmm.
has no. It ain't no side to that. Righteous is
There's no
righteous.
gender.
Right? Ain't no gender. Right? People
Mm-hmm.
gotta understand that.
Yeah, do what's right. If you ain't want nobody, the golden rule, you don't want nobody hitting you, don't hit them. It's so
Hmm.
hard. Ain't no
Treat
gender in it.
others, and
You
that's
don't want
and that's
nobody
the
cussing
crazy
you
part.
out. Don't cuss
Hmm.
them out. Ain't no gender in
Facts.
it. Oh,
Facts.
men can't
That's
cuss you out. Why
facts.
you cussing them out?
Hmm. That is true. That
I'm
golden
just
rule, that's one
saying.
thing they cannot say, even though they say religion is all different, but they all got that same
They all align with the
golden
golden
rule.
rule. Hmm.
Treat others as you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It could all be so simple.
I'm glad it ain't, man. It started teaching us appreciation about things. It started letting us uh grow through our struggles, made us powerful. Cause like good things, easy wasn't just spoon fed to us, because we would never have that time. I mean, I think it is human nature to not to expect more than appreciate. I think that is human nature. That's probably why God limit us. I believe that's why we going through what we going through, so He can realize like, look at these things I done put y'all through. Look at that actually y'all put yourselves through. And now y'all gonna appreciate, you know, you're gonna appreciate me, you're gonna call upon me and all these things. So yeah. Because imagine if he just took us straight to heaven. We don't even know the reason why we there, what we did to anything. We'd be like, yeah, yeah, we expect this. Sheesh. La 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 la. All right, let me get some out dang. I swear it's
What?
getting
Are we aligned?
bad.
Did we
It
misalign?
is getting bad. I literally was just about to say, let me share. You already was on it. I said, let me get some more people in. Ah, I ain't gonna share this. They in they feelings. I ain't gonna share it. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna share it. Share it. Share. My boy in here. Okay. Getting him in there. Uh-huh. Done
Not
that
said,
yet?
who are you sharing to? Because we might be sharing to the same people, just wasting share.
Hey, let them like, go ahead and double up. And they say, no, we
Uh,
serious. Go ahead and get the afro in here. I ain't see her.
oh
Mr.
yeah,
P. Let's get Alexia. We just met her. I'm going to put her one in.
yeah. She was pretty good at just
She was pretty
observing the
cool.
situations.
Hey, I bet you she gonna start taking her chest out now. You know what?
Mhm.
If I feel it, I'm calling it out. All right, let's see. Let me get a Phoenix in. Cypher, he cool. I ain't seen Coach in a while. My boy Ronald in. Let's get War Panda. Pretty Mochahannes. If your feelings. Okay, I remember that. All right, we good. Who is this in the box? I have Bert. My boy Bert coming up early.
Oh snap!
Mhm.
Yeah, I just came up to yell at you, man. Like, what the hell
I
happened
know.
last night, bro?
I know. I
Like,
know.
what the fuck?
I
You
ain't want to shut
like
it down. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and let my mind
you
through it.
are the you. There is nobody worse than you with falling asleep on your line. Don't nobody do that, man. Matter of fact, when I woke up, it was like Because I got off of there at 4 o'clock in the morning, man. Because I'm like, fuck Kev, man. I don't care what happens to this panel. There's other mods here. Fuck Kev. And I just said, man, I'm going to. I got to take a nap or something. I woke up at like maybe 6 in the morning. Your live was still going, man.
Boy, yeah, I woke up. It was like I think 11 when I got up. Was it? No, it was later than that. I think it was like 2 p.m. or something like that, going on
Was
close
fuck
to 2 p.m.
was fuck your feelings on there?
Yeah, he was. Oh
Yeah,
no,
he
nobody
was.
was there. It was a
No,
wrap after
Oh
that.
yeah,
By
I
that
mean,
time,
when I woke
and
up
you.
at 8, I woke up at 8, and F Your
was it
Feelings
still
was,
going?
yeah, F Your Feelings was still going in there. It was like him
Hmm.
and two
Oh,
other
that's
people.
crazy.
Yo, but Bert, the first before
Was-
we even started dating, uh Kev, I didn't realize he'd be falling asleep like that. So he had made me a mod, and like me, I'm like, okay, so he had like three other mods on the panel. They slowly started like leaving. And I was like, yo, I didn't know if he was gonna come back. I hosted that live until 9 a.m. until I realized,
Oh,
oh
that's
hell no.
crazy.
She a real one before I even met her. That's crazy. That's why I like. Oh, I found someone. She messed with my life. Yay!
Oh, that, I said I'd never do that again. What the hell?
I don't know who this
I was
Nigerian
like,
think he is. I
yo,
don't even know this guy. He's
that's
gonna
because
do
I,
me
I
like
took my mod job serious, you know?
the boy. Uh, yeah, I made it instantly. I'm like, oh, I like this. I done seen her in here a couple of times. She could be chilling with us. Go ahead and mod her out. Then
We
one
are
of
at
those days, I was like, you know what?
6K.
I'm gonna let it be known. I have a crush on your young lady. It's something about you. That's
Vo-
the word.
Can we talk about something else? Bro, I'm
Oh,
vomiting in my
Lord.
mouth.
Nah, I know you are. Can we talk for a
Well,
minute?
we are at 6K. We are at 6K.
You
Yeah,
We
y'all
fired.
go ahead and fill up these boxes.
You
Mhm.
fired. I just want you to know you fired. Bert, you fired too. Hey Rachel,
Dude,
good to see you.
wait a minute.
But you know, yeah,
What
y'all
did I
fired.
do?
All right, Kev, first off, you fired. I know you got some snacks in the cut somewhere. You probably got a pack of M&Ms or something in the cut. I ain't crazy. You know, that's why you smell it. Okay, so last night was a fun, entertaining night until it got to the point where your conversation, the topic you had up for y'all know me. I love to play games, but I like to test your brain. And the whole time I was testing people's brain. I was literally playing their own theory or whatever statement they imposed against them. And the fact that people still could not see how they were still wrong is beyond me. But Kale, where the snacks at? Because I kind of want some.
I got you, brother. Here, I never did this before. I got you right now. Hold up.
What you doing,
Pistachios.
Kale?
I got some on there for you.
Hey,
You
them
want?
things do be busting.
There you go. Your hand
They
out.
do be busting. Hell yeah, you know. Yeah. Who don't eat pistachios? Let's be real here.
There you
And then
go. I done gave you about half the
Bert
bag
as you
already, but
know,
that's why I mess with you. Then I gave you half the bag.
where you? Oh, see, yeah. See, I was you. See, they were trying to manipulate the situation, so I manipulated the whole, what I'm saying, broader spectrum of everything, just so they could see what they were saying. It was incomplete. It was terrible. Then Bert, he came in, he's like, yo, I was asleep. Everything that was going on
Oh,
was playing
I
in my
forgot about
dream.
that. I forgot about that. Yo, he had this chick up here, but I forgot all about that. So I went to sleep like 4 o'clock. Like it wasn't. It was more like five. It was like 4:45. Like it was really late. So I go to sleep and I slept. I left the live on. I'm sleeping right. And which I do, like I normally like just leave lives on when I go to sleep. Like late at night, I'll try to find a live that's worth listening to, and I'll go to sleep with background noise. And like he had this chick on here that was just like she was level 12, man. But she got into my dreams as like a drill sergeant. So cause she was yelling, man. So in my dreams, there was this drill sergeant talking all this shit to me, right? And I'm trying and she kept asking me questions in my dream, and I kept trying to answer her, but every time I tried to answer her, she wouldn't even hear me. And like some other dude, it was fuck your feelings, would like be answering instead. I'm like, man, shut up. I'm trying to talk. And I'm like in my dreams having this It was so stressful, bro. And I woke up and I realized I got on there and I let them have it, man, because like, yo, they fucked. I couldn't even get any restful sleep because of your live and fuck your feelings with that loud chick that was on here with me. She's a nice girl, but she was loud and she got in my dreams, bro.
I seen your profile left in here. I was you and one other person. Y'all was just in here. I put down just in case you was up. I put down, catch y'all later. And I shut the live down.
Mine was up here still.
Oh,
Yeah, your
the
profile
thing,
was still in here.
thing, like after
Oh
all
man, I
of
didn't even
that,
know that.
right? This is before Bert came up and all that kind of, because we was just really, it was me, her name Passion. It was me, Passion, and Motivate. We was the only three in here because Cuz had went to sleep. He said he was tired. He went to sleep around the same time Bert went to sleep. So when we was having the conversation, your boy Timeless came in. Now at first he was on the conversation, but then he started to deteriorate. You know what I'm saying? He kind of moved the conversation into something that we had absolutely wasn't even talking about. It was a situation that kind of, you know what I'm saying, transpired. We ain't gonna bring up things, you know what I'm saying? Some things need to be left in the blind. It ain't my goddamn, you know what I'm saying, it ain't my place. So he brought up some things, and then a particular person came in here, and I'm like, listen, I got a general sense of what the hell happened, but at the end of the day, it's not my place. My boy is not here. I'm not letting nobody up talk about a damn thing because it ain't got nothing to do with what we speaking of.
What happened?
You, Kev, you know what I'm talking about. It's a situation that happened yesterday, but we
Oh,
weren't
okay. Yeah,
talking about
we're
that.
I'm on the video. I get it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm like, he brought it up, and then right after it was brought up, no, not even. Oh man, this shit! I swear, it was just that shit was like a movie, bro. It just played so fast. Literally after he said, I'm like, wait, hold on, we not even talking about that. Like my phone kept freezing. I was like, damn, I can't get this thing. I can't drop it. I was getting mad. Then Bert was asleep. I'm like, bro, we're not talking about this. So when my phone finally got to working, I said, bro, no respect, no disrespect, but I had to drop it because you bringing about something that we know nothing about. You may have a general sense of what the hell, you know what I'm saying, that something may transpire, but it's not my place to involve anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put myself in shit that I got nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, and I don't know nothing about. And then it was bro, it was terrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. Mm.
Yeah, that's a good
Hey,
idea.
what?
Huh?
What? I know you want to get the topic, but what one thing, Kev? You know a dude named the A with like three Y's on it?
Yes, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Neo. That's a
Yeah,
young dog.
yeah,
My young dog Neo. I remember from a couple years, a year last year.
yeah, man. Man, I triggered the fuck out of him last night, bro.
Oh, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Oh, you were here for
Yeah.
that? Hey, yo, so I'm just doing my thing. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like 2 in the morning. It's really late by the time he got up there. But so I'm up there and there's like four of us on there, and I'm just like, we're just running through the panel. I mean, we're not even on the topic. You know how I do it. We're not even on the topic. We're having a conversation, right? And he pops up in the top box where Rachel is, right? And he pops up there. I see him up there, but I'm in the middle of a conversation. And then one of the I can't remember who it was, but somebody says, "Hey, you got a new guest up there." And I said, "Yeah, I see him. I'll get to him in a minute, right?" And I said that like he already started talking. I'm like, "No, I'll get to you in a minute. Let me do this real quick." So I finished talking, and I'm like, "All right, hey, go ahead." And he opens up with like two barrels on me. He's like, "You a bitch ass, blah blah blah, da 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 da,"
Yo,
and so,
hey,
so I drop him
I was thinking
immediately,
like
and
this
just,
the whole time. Like, really, bro?
yo, and so I drop him immediately, and then I just like, I don't even react to it. I just drop him, and we continue the conversation, right? And we go blah blah blah. He's in the comments, and I'm calling him. He's calling me names. I'm calling him. We go back and forth in the comments, whatever. Oh yeah, he said you a bitch ass something, and he's like you out here over talking all these women, and that's when I dropped him when he said all that. I'm in the comments, and I'm telling him, man, it's like, man, you don't need your cape here, man. You're like, your cape is not needed. Like, we don't need you to come in here and be Captain Saver because it's not even like we're actually not. We're having a good conversation. I'm not talking to everybody, so go back and forth with him. I let him cool down for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I invite him back up. You
Hmm.
know, I ignore him for a little bit, and then I let him speak, and he's like, no, 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 just going after me, right? And bruh, he ended up being my friend at the end of the day. At the end of the day, man, because like I mean, it was weird, bro. Like he went off on me, and I'm like, bruh, I found out he was 20 years old. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
like,
he young.
bruh, like you 20 years old, man. Like I retired from the military before you got out of grade school, kind of thing. And so I'm like,
Damn.
I said, you don't even need. Then I start calling him son. I start calling him son. I said, son, you don't even need to be talking to me, son.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but we cool now. That
Bird
shit
was
was
on
funny.
everybody
But
here yesterday. I was saying that too
I mean,
when I was
yeah, it
talking
wasn't
to
my
my baby
fault,
when
man.
y'all
They
was
came
like,
for me,
"Hey, you
man.
off mute? You off mute?" I was like, "Oh." At least we ain't say no juicy
Yo,
stuff. Y'all would have got some.
nah. Now, one time you were off mute. We could hear y'all talking. That's when we were telling you to mute up. We could hear y'all
I
talking at
know.
one point.
That's why I like that. That thing that puzzle automatically take you out of mute. I see, because the puzzle popped up.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't
Yeah, I
know
didn't know
that.
that either. I guess I learned the hard way.
Yeah, we heard y'all talking. All right, Rachel, you got it.
Just had to
Okay.
catch y'all up on the offense.
All right. Well, thanks, Bert. Um. So I
Damn,
guess
I
I
see.
like the
we'll.
way you said my name. Don't be saying my name like that. It's a small T, not a big T.
Uh, so we're gonna have A Brown. So yeah. So it goes A Brown, Rema, F Your Feelings, Bert, and then me, and then my baby. But we're gonna start with the green. What are your opinions on what the green says? Righteous is the side to be on. A Brown.
Hey y'all.
What's
Hey.
up, hey, bro?
Righteous is the side to be on. Yes, that's how men and women both should feel. Um, Anything outside of that is pride, ego, and a spirit of arrogance about a person. That's the bottom line, and that's what I tell people. I'm really not. I'm not on a team. I'm not on a gender side. I'm not on a race side. I'm not on a political side. I want to always strive to be, and that's what I pray for, is that I'm on the side of righteousness and wisdom. Um, when you try to strive for that, you'll notice better outcomes. And that's all I have to say. I'll land.
Okay, okay, nice, nice. Rima, what you got for me, Rima? Welcome to the love.
Hi guys, how you guys doing?
Good, blessed.
Um, so we're answering the top one,
Just
right?
the green one. What do you feel about the topic itself?
I feel like it's good to be on the righteous side. However, if it comes up statistically true about either gender, then it shouldn't be argued about. Like for example, if we were to say, you know, there's a lot more single mother-led homes in the United States than men-led single father homes, that's a statistical fact, and that can't be argued. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you state statistical facts,
Mm-hmm.
or you respond in a critical and educational way that has nothing to do with your personal experience, and people will still try to piggyback and make it about you, or try to discredit you as if you're what you're talking about is not true. So I'm just gonna land there because I got this timer.
All right, all right, all right. What you got, F your feelings?
Yeah, righteous is on the side to be. It's the side to be on. Yeah, it's the side to be on. But how many people are really righteous?
Mm,
A lot of people fake being righteous just to gain something from it. So
mm-hmm.
there's a difference from being righteous and being authentic and being deceitful and facetious. But I'll end there.
Okay, nice. Bird, what you got for me? Hopefully you be good today, man. You was on people
What you
neck.
mean?
He was on
I was
everybody neck yesterday. I was
Nah, I
listening.
really wasn't. I
He
really
said, "Stay
wasn't.
your ass in that corner. I ain't talk to you when I talk to you." I'm like, dang, why he just he being mean for real? That's birth for you, though.
uh, I didn't think I was that bad. All right, so righteous. Yeah, I think righteous is the side to be on. I think I think this applies to men or women. I think the problem you have with I love the word righteous. Right, you can't be righteous unless you believe in objective morality. It doesn't make sense, right? Because righteous means that you understand, you have a clear understanding of right and wrong, and it's based on something. But the problem comes down. It's really a question of morality, right? If you believe that if you're amoral and you just do things that please you, and do, you know, you're hedonist and do things that please you, or you change your perspective on what's right and wrong based on on how it makes you feel. There's nothing righteous about that. So that's really what the question is. But I think, yeah, that's the side to be on. People struggle with being righteous really because they struggle with objective morality.
Mm.
Well,
Okay.
damn. I mean, he still kind of had like 27 more seconds, but I got you.
He got as much seconds that Rachel got. They
Yeah,
both
yeah.
the only ones
Hey,
I really don't give timers to. All right, but what you got? What if?
you gotta stop giving me a time here. I'll be in and out.
Nah, you would
All
never
right, you just
stop
so
talking,
fast. I can't
bro.
even. But yeah.
Hey.
Okay, righteous is the side. Okay, first of all, Bert hit me with a wow one with the objective morality. Wow, thank you. Um, so I think I understand righteous is on the side of right, but it's not the action that's right or wrong. It's the intent. So always be on the side of righteousness, but being on the side of righteousness is not a trademark. It's not. It doesn't look one way. It's on. It's for love of self and others. If that is understood, that's all I got.
Okay. What you got back?
Okay. Yeah, I absolutely agree with Bert that, to believe in righteousness, I mean, you kind of have to believe in objective morality. But the
Mm.
other thing is like, I don't think that yourself have to be a righteous person to be on the side of righteousness.
Mm.
Do you get what I'm saying? If you know what, that's the thing, you have to know what is righteous for you to actually be on the side of righteousness. So and that goes for man or woman. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say.
Mhm. All
That
right.
was
Say
interesting. I
mine.
got a question for you, Rachel. Oh, can I ask a question?
Well, after I go real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. I got a
So
question for
in
Rachel when you're done.
so in so this one right here. With this topic, I would say the reason why I ain't gonna say the reason why, because we'll see something, but it's the reason why I put this topic though. But I would say it's the thing is it's about um we keep wondering why people saying you gotta pick certain sides or something like that or whatever. And I'm like, it's this thing where it's called balance, right? And just because somebody may not agree with you or whatever, that don't mean, they're against you, right? Because two people, which we're gonna get to the one of the talking points down there, two people could be right at the same time. And if a righteous person, or if you're trying to move in a righteous way, you're gonna take up for what is right, no matter what. Um, so it wouldn't be pandering if it was on a man's side, if it wouldn't be a pick me if it was on a woman's side. So whoever, and it just depends on talking points, which we're gonna get to that at the bottom. It's gonna depend on what they stand on. All of us gonna have right and wrong in us, and sometimes we might have to get checked, but overall, that is what you don't waver. You don't take up, uh you don't go against what you believe in, right? If you say you're righteous, a righteous person, you stand for righteous things, and it's literally that's what I was getting to. It's not no gender behind it. That's why I put man or woman. So one day a divester can be right, you know what I'm saying? One day a red pillar can be right, you know what I'm saying? It's all about who's speaking more towards the righteous side, or even having a righteous moment. So that's kind of where I'm going with this one though. So go ahead, John.
So, Rachel, I can't
Mhm.
quote you exactly because, like, I kind of forgot exactly what you said. So, I hope I'm getting close. Did I hear you say that a person can know what's right and still not do right? Could you say something like
I
that?
think the part you're speaking on is when I said that you don't have to be a righteous person to be on the side of righteousness. Is that what you were speaking on?
Wait a minute. Say that again. You
I
said
get
it
that. I
differently
get
that
what you
time.
mean.
I said
No, say that.
you don't have to be a righteous person to be on the side of righteousness.
Okay, all right. So, so that's kind of the same, right? That means you know what's right, but you're not doing right. Is that what that means? I want to make sure
Mm.
we're
Yes,
level
correct.
set.
Yeah.
So what does that mean, right? So if I know the right thing to do, but I choose not to do it, what does that make me?
That's that thing you told me a while ago.
Well, the thing is, like, people are not.
Irresponsible.
There's kind of like levels to it, right? It's like nobody does the right thing all the time. So it's like you can have moments of unrighteousness, but you still know what is right to do. And so maybe later on you work on doing it. But you said, what does that make me?
Yeah, but in this scenario, I need to repeat it. I think, but in this scenario, I I see another person, right? I'll use a brown pearl, and she's a good example for this. So I see how brown pearl moves and how she thinks and what she says, and I'm like, and I say to myself, wow. She's really righteous. Like she really is doing the right things and getting the results. Like I see that. However, I'm gonna choose to do my own thing. What does that say about me if I know it's right, I see an example of right, and I still of my own volition choose to do something different? What does that say about me?
It says that you like pain. You like to go through hard things. You like to self sabotage. I
It
don't know.
could
Yeah, I
say
can't.
that you love yourself.
I can't be righteous, right? Like I literally am the
Absolutely.
opposite. I'm the opposite of righteous because I know the right thing. I'm actually immoral, not
It's
even
righteous to
amoral. I'm
choose
immoral.
yourself over everything else. That's what's righteous. And if you don't want to be involved, or if you see things differently, that's okay. Because,
What'd
like
you
you
just
said
say? Wait a
earlier,
minute. Start over. You said what now?
I said it's okay to choose you. To choose you is the most righteous act. And
Where'd you get
if
that from?
Uh-oh.
this is
About
this
to
is
start.
this is a synopsis from experience, or this is a what you call it when you do a science experiment, the breakdown.
Oh,
This is that from experience.
are you
Go
saying
ahead, Rachel.
no? I don't want to judge. Are you
Great
saying you
self
choose
esteem.
unrighteousness because you choose yourself?
I'm saying that you can. I'm saying that if
You
you see
think?
if for sake of a scenario, if you see someone drowning and choose not to get involved, even though the righteous thing would be to throw them a lifeline, that's okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what he
Well,
said.
wait,
He
hold
said
on.
choosing yourself is the righteous thing to do, and I
Wait,
never heard anyone
not
say that out
even
loud before.
wait,
Right.
not even throw them a lifeline? That's diabolical. I mean, I get you.
dude.
You can't jump in because you don't know how to swim and you don't
Maybe
have the tools.
maybe you on the way to the hospital because you got to catch this doctor and you done missed 3 buses and everything is going wrong
No,
for you right now and it's imperative for you to be along on your way.
You know,
but
So it's
that's not how you said it. So
We
like,
do, but
no.
See,
I'm saying this is a fictional scenario though, right?
mhm.
So anything is possible.
I
Go
could
ahead,
see
Rama. I see where he going, but go ahead, Rama.
I see some of what you guys are talking about, like nuances and stuff to it, because for example, when you're on TikTok, I believe a lot of these people that do panels with very controversial topics, that might not be who they are. They might just be doing stuff for clout or rage baiting, you know? Like they're not on the righteous side when they're posting it or starting a conversation about certain stuff, but they need that clout. They need to
No,
stir up you know what I mean? Or maybe they'll keep the most dramatic person on the panel to start arguments because people don't really like to see a peaceful panel. Just keeping it real, because I do my own panels as well. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's good to keep that argumentative, agreeable person on the panel just to keep things interesting for views. So that's a way that somebody cannot be righteous, even if that they are a righteous person, but they might choose not to be righteous for clout.
For selfish,
Hmm.
yeah, they chose themselves.
Yeah, like
That's
When did
exactly what he's talking
when did
about.
that become the wrong thing to do? When
Oh,
did it
hold
become
on,
Uh,
hold
wrong
on,
to
hold on.
say I'm
Hold on,
worth
whatever.
taking
I
care of
got you,
myself?
man. We know we got your perspective. Let's like this. So Rachel, one more thing, and then I'll mute up, right? So Rachel, you said something else earlier, and it's like you're not like you see what I'm doing there. Like I'm not really coming at you, but like by talking to you, other people, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
say
no
things that
problem.
are interesting, right?
No
So the another thing you said was you said that there's something like you said there are levels to it, and I mean, I could be wrong on. I mean, this my perspective is. We'll just do it this way. I think it's really binary. Like it's more binary than it is that it's nuanced or there are levels to it. Like, do you agree with that, or do you think you still think there are levels to this and nuance? I mean, I guess I could take either, but what do you think?
Wait, to a person being righteous?
Is it yeah? Is it yeah? Is it you said
Well,
you
it's
said
kind
there
of
are levels to
yeah,
this,
because
and I
it's
struggle
kind
with
of
that.
like it's kind of like how Kev is like no one can be good. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you are always gonna fall or not. We're not perfect, so
some precasters.
although you may be righteous in many ways, there are some ways that you're not righteous. That's
Hmm.
for everybody.
I think only God can label who is righteous or not. I don't think nobody can do it. We can move in righteousness, but that don't make us righteous. That's the
all
difference.
right. You got
And
the
every,
side of righteousness and the side of people that just want to be right.
there's a lot
Mm.
of people living in their own realities, and they're not aware of a lot of stuff that's going on in the world. Like they might think that they're right and on the side of righteousness because they're not aware of, certain things that have to do with a certain topic. They're only aware of like their own reality, you know.
So yeah, I think there is a separated group of righteous people. Even in the Bible, they speak of the righteous, right? Um, the
Mhm.
prayers of the righteous availeth much. Much. Job was a righteous man. So this is one thing I believe. Okay, humans are not perfect. Humans are born into sin. Humans struggle with the flesh. But hear me when I say this. There is a difference between a person who every day when they wake up, they strive to live righteously and they do things to help themselves live righteous. They have the Holy Spirit in them. That is separate from, oh, well, I'm a believer and most things I'm going to always support what's good that's going on in the neighborhood, in the community. I'm not an unaliver. I'm not a rapist. There's a difference to me. This is what I believe. You don't have to agree with that. So, but the thing about the second individual is that righteousness for them, because they don't live by this striving that I'm mentioning, right? They don't live by that code. Is subjective. So hang around a person long enough that does not subscribe to a life of holiness and righteousness, and you will see their moral compass change when it is convenient and beneficial, or it's a trial and tribulation in life for them. That's the difference. Because righteousness, when you are truly trying to live righteous, and I am speaking about the in relation to the Bible's version of righteousness, um you understand that no matter what comes up, you don't get to change the rules of righteousness. So if you, for example, let's say you unalive one of my family members, I don't get to then say, well, I'm gonna go and unalive you, because remember, I'm walking under
Mhm.
God's law, and he has said thou shalt not kill. So now I can ask God to help me get through my anger, but as me, as part of someone who is striving to live righteous, I still have to follow that. Same with a lot of people with, like, I have a good friend that does not believe in any type of organized religion. He just believes in God, but nothing more. So in general, you would think he's a good person. But this is what something that he believes. He believes he's separated legally, but he can have girlfriends. He can be with women and sleep with women. But the Bible says that's committing adultery and that's fornicating, right? So he makes his own rules when it's convenient for him. So that's the difference between a righteous person and a person who, yes, sometimes during life, certain situations, yes, they might agree and submit to a moral compass and code or obey the law that humans make when it is convenient and they agree. But when they don't, they will always take matters into their hands and they will create their own law within inside the realm of their own mind.
Yeah, that can also be applied to your upbringing. Like we all know, well, not all parents, but some parents, most parents try to raise their children to go in the right direction. And when they get to school, they're going to run into those kids that were not raised right. And it's up to your child to remain righteous in that situation and say, you know what, I wasn't raised like that. My mom doesn't let me run the streets. My mom doesn't let me join gangs. You know what I mean? But sometimes, even no matter how good you raise your child, they will still choose the path of unrighteousness because they feel peer pressured by their friends to do certain things. I hope I'm on topic.
Yeah, the thing is like we all know like okay, we all know what righteous things are to do, but literally I'm not excusing anybody's behavior cuz believe me, I try every day to do what's right. But some people tend to put themselves on a higher pedestal and don't realize that they are also doing the same things and fighting the same battles that other people are. It's just that they values like okay, let's look at gluttony, right? Do you know how many people are gluttonous every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they would compare like, you know what I'm saying, like someone doing something such as like what A Brown said about the adultery, like rationalizing it, and they would compare their gluttony to that and be like, well, that's not the same thing. It's not. Yeah, there's there's a whole bunch of stuff in the Bible that people rationalize and do every single day. My point is that nobody will ever be perfect. They are always continuously trying.
No, that's true. Nobody's perfectly
Well,
righteous 100%.
yeah.
Some
So
people
let
not
me just
trying.
respond to that real quick, and then one of you two ladies, you both came off mute, can go after me. I don't really care which one. So you talked about like the high horse thing. I don't think the righteous put themselves on a high horse like that. I don't want us to confuse being self righteous with being righteous. Like sometimes we're describing self righteousness, which is you see what I mean, Rachel? Which is different. We should probably look those up. But being self righteous would be a problem. But being righteous, like like if you're righteous, you wouldn't do what you just described.
Yeah, that's why I said someone who is overly righteous, they tend to compare.
Self righteous.
Yes, well, I guess self-righteous. They tend to compare themselves to other people and what other people are doing and don't realize that they also are rationalizing things that they shouldn't be doing either.
Brown Pearl and then Rima.
Okay. I know Rima had something to say. So I was saying there is a difference though between I agree with a lot of what you said, Rachel. But there is a difference between people wanting to do and striving and not. So I want to make a correction. Everybody is not trying to do the right thing every day. Um so I've literally heard people say, I am doing the wrong thing, and I'm admitting it. And I'm not ashamed of it. So everybody is not striving. And that's why I use that word, is because there is a difference when you are striving, when you are repenting, when you are putting in the work, when you are changing your behavior and your mindset and your heart. That's striving to you're striving to live on the side of righteousness. You're walking with the Lord, right? You're embedded with the Holy Spirit. That is different from a person that is not living like that, right? But some days they do things that are righteous. Sometimes they make right decisions. Sometimes they use a moral compass. So that was my only point for that. There is a difference, but they themselves, they are not on a pathway to try to live a so-called righteous life or be considered righteous under God's eyesight. That's all I was saying. It's just a difference. It just depends on the individual.
Right. Yep. That makes sense. Yeah.
Rima, what's on your mind?
I think I'm just gonna piggyback off what I said earlier that, righteous might look different for different people too. What one person might think is righteous, another person may not, you know? So is what it is.
Somebody at a party, ain't they?
Yeah. Well, that's where that moral that subjective morality comes in, because like people, that is part of the rationalizing just to be able to do whatever you want to do, because I do
Yeah.
think there are like universal things that we all can agree is righteous. You get what I'm saying? And so like the whole thing with like what if the scenario what if gave with like you saw someone drowning but you had something better to do. Wild.
That was crazy.
That was pretty
Wild in my
diabolical. I
mind.
ain't even gonna hold you. I was like, hold on, fam. So we just gonna leave him in the same?
Wild.
No,
Yeah.
Shem's
So
gang.
so what if that's their karma? What if God put them in that ocean? What if God wanted
Oh,
them
I
to
see why your
suffer
name is
this?
What If now.
What but what if
Mm.
God put you there to help him? Like you were there at a specific
And
Then
you
time.
then
chose not
then
to,
then, then,
like
then it
what?
would then it would fall on your heart, and you would use your intuition and your discernment, and you would help. But if it's not on your heart, then it's not on your heart. And most people mess up and draw karma by stepping in between other people's.
That from? Like, where does this come from?
Right. We
This is a
need to dig a
knowing.
little
This is an
deeper with
ancient
this.
knowing.
What
This
happened?
Wait, you said
he said, where did this come from? And I'm just saying this is an ancient knowing. This may not be found in daily scripts, but it doesn't make it less than a fact. But my question was this: is righteousness an action? Is it stepping
it can be
in a
all
certain way, or is it preserving a certain ideology?
forms. I'm confused. Say what you want to say. Like it sounds like you holding back on what you really trying to say. Like you sound like
Yeah, I'm
you
saying
sound
it
like you
too.
have an issue
Yeah,
with
yeah. Just
something.
make a statement. Make a statement, and we'll respond to it. Don't bother the questions. Just make a
Well,
statement, and
well,
we'll tell you
that's
what we
the
think.
thing. The thing is that I want to see everybody grow, and sometimes people don't like to be told what to do. So if I ask a question and spark the interest to know, then I've done my job.
It didn't work. So
Righteousness,
just what do you think?
I think righteousness is perspective. You can be on the side of righteous, and people will think you're wrong, and that's okay. You're still righteous. You're still doing what's right, because it's all about your experience in life and what you have to do in order to grow and become the best
Okay,
version of yourself.
okay. That's there's a piece of that was interesting to me. So how do you determine what's right?
Right.
I love a brown pearl, by the way. She's awesome. So what if? How do you determine what's right?
Well, we're all instinctually born with the knowledge of what's right and wrong. And then we grow up and we are taught that these are the right things to do in order to survive. These are the right things to do in order to fit in. These are the right things to do in order to promote yourself at work. So righteous is the perspective. and you can be righteous and look wrong.
We back.
Pearl,
So
proud
I think
Pearl.
that sounds very. So let me broaden the spectrum to help you understand why that could be confusing. And that's a very dangerous line, right? So there are people that think that, hey, you got to do what you got to do to get ahead. If it means chopping off somebody else or undermining somebody else to get ahead, do it. That's righteous, right? You have people that think, hey, I'm gonna give you example. Take me out of it. I don't want anybody to think I'm judging. I'm using this for conversational pieces. So you have people that believe if they smell pills on the street to take care of their household, their family, that's righteous. But another person to say that's not righteous. You have people that believe that that black man named Hinton who unalived that officer because another officer unalived his son who he was in pursuit of. It's people that 10 toes down, they think that's righteous, but it's another person think that's not righteous. So the list is endless, right? It's people that feel like, hey, as long as we living together and I love you and you love me, this righteous. There's somebody else thinking that's not righteous. Y'all living in sin. So I can go on and give you examples of how human beings can debate and argue all day what's righteous. So when a person says whatever you think is best for your life, how you think is righteous. It's people think you should be able to date and marry and have kids with a 13-year-old kid. They think that's righteous. Somebody else
Yeah.
think it's unrighteous. So you see how the lines get blurred when we say, well, righteousness belongs to everyone and everyone decides for themselves no matter what anyone else thinks on the outside. It's what you deem is righteous. So that can be confusing. What if?
So that's what I'm
Hey,
saying. So
let me say this real quick, y'all, cause I was gonna say this is one thing I still stick with. I don't believe that no human being can call or label righteousness. I don't even think it says unless y'all find a scripture though. I believe God the only one that can kind of label who's perfect and who's righteous and all this other stuff though. So people that be thinking they righteous, they be a lot of times they not. I think if we notice that all of us kind of struggling with the same things, but by same thing but different ways. And that's what I noticed. That's why some people think they above other people, and some people think, whatever. And if you was to give it from the point of view of God, none of us is good enough. And people need to realize that none of us, no matter how you try, people be thinking they can buy their way to His favorite and all this other stuff. That just it don't. That's not how it work. I literally want perfection. If people really look at it, yeah, nobody. Yep, say with Sean, there's nobody. But that's why I say, well, until whatever God said, that's why I say I can't counter what God said. So if God called this person righteous and whatever, that's it's what he want. You know what I'm saying? What he call out. So that's one thing I try. That's why I don't try to call people demons. That they the devil and all that stuff. That's not my place. You know what I'm saying? God only can do that. We can say they have devilish ways. We can say that some people have righteous ways, but I don't think we are the top labelers. We just can't do that. That's our biggest issue. That's like saying because a person lie, we call them a liar. They know they just lied. They had a lying moment. I don't think we could just call somebody or label them. You know what I'm saying? Because like all of us lied at one point, so will we all just forever liars? You know what I'm saying? That's like that saying where somebody say once a cheater, always a cheater. That's not true. Some people may have learned down the line. Some people might change. So yeah, that's why I try to stay with from labels because it make people stay with it wherever they at though. So yeah, but go ahead, y'all.
Oh, I just wanted to say one thing. I'm so sorry. I'll let y'all go. And then I saw Generation was trying to say something too. Um, yeah, okay. So, because Kev, it's the whole. It goes back to like do unto others as you would like. Kev, literally, if you are doing something that you would not like done to you, like let's say, like if you were the one drowning, you mean to tell me you would like for the other person to just keep walking on by? That like righteousness is easy to identify. You get what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, you can identify it.
if I'm the one in the water, I might be thinking, hey, maybe I should have stopped when I
You're not
knocked
thinking
that kid
anything.
over on my bike.
You're swallowing water.
What the heck?
Nothing.
I said thinking. You can think and swallow water
Ew.
at the same
You
time.
thinking you need to get out of there. Now come on, what if?
I'm saying that righteousness is perspective. It's
No, it's
based
not
on
It's
perspective.
very
That
How is it a
don't make sense.
perspective?
go ahead,
That is
Jeremy.
not perspective.
Yeah, I
Righteousness
was
is
gonna,
literally is objective. You can't just
so
change it
so
up based off each person.
but I was
so
gonna ask. So y'all are
A
coming.
Brown mentioned a scenario where a young man shot a cop that worked with another cop that shot his son.
You gotta say
No, he ran him
And
over.
Pew
so
pew pew pew.
who are
He hit him
who
with a
what's the
car.
righteous side? What's the righteous
That's
side
one.
and why? What's
yeah.
the righteous side of that scenario?
She's
Is,
saying that.
is it righteous to mourn for the cop, or is it righteous to mourn for
They
the
are
brother?
using it at the wrong time.
No,
That's
no,
not
no,
what.
wait, wait. So you wait? No,
That's the
hold on.
point
Wait a
she's
minute.
saying.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Generation, I promise. But like, I need you. Like, I get you want to ask questions, but like, I want to hear your answer. So if a cop is unalive, so if he unalived a cop who did nothing to him, what do you think we should do?
Then if that's where you stand, then you should mourn the
I'm
cop.
asking you. I'm
But
asking you.
if you stand on the side that I'm saying that it's perspective. I'm saying that both sides are right. Both sides
How
are right.
really?
Absolutely.
Really?
You are absolutely right to feel how you feel and to express it. Now whether that deems you righteous in the eye of God is another question. But it is all right to feel how you feel. And if you don't get it right, you will have to come back until you've taken into account the lessons that have been granted to you and use them wisely. Use that information wisely. That's how you are righteous enough to get into heaven. But there's a difference in earthly righteousness and heavenly righteousness.
So again,
Earthly
are you
righteousness
coming
is
at this from like a?
perspective.
Are you coming at this from like a Christian? Because it sounds like you coming at this from like a agnostic, like universal truth type thing.
Right.
Like it
That's
It's
doesn't
true.
it's
matter.
it's
Right.
It's
it's,
like
it's
they're
very
like a
grounded in
nihilist.
spirituality. Absolutely.
No, it's
My
not,
Yeah,
dude. The
most
perspective.
Bible
definitely on
literally,
that.
if you're coming
Wait.
from like a Christian ideology, the Bible literally says, "Thou shalt not unalive."
Yeah, right.
So the act of doing that in and of itself is unalive because the Bible also
So
says
and they
that
both did this. They
vengeance
both
is
did that.
mine.
They both
No, that,
unalive.
bro.
They both
I think
So
unalive.
they both
I
wrong
know
then.
they didn't.
So then are
That
the
cop
people
didn't
that
do a
so
thing.
then the people that's mourning for the cop or the people
Bro,
that's mourning
let
for
me
the
explain.
brother are
No,
wrong
let me
also
explain it to
because
you. Let me explain
the
it to you
people
so
that
you
were
understand.
involved were wrong.
Bro, please hold on.
Hold
There
on,
was
man.
a
Let him
situation where there
explain
was
it.
a young man
Go
that
ahead,
was
bro.
in a situation with a cop. This is cop A, okay?
Hmm.
That cop wound up unaliving his son, okay?
Boy,
His
somebody,
co-worker
you
reaped
better
the
answer that phone call.
consequences. The co-worker reaped the consequences. I understand the story fully. I'm saying that we all fall short and that no one has the eye or the ability to cast judgment like God. So
I,
therefore, your righteousness, your right is all right.
It's called a righteous judgment, though. So God gave us the ability to do that, though. So because He told us
He
what's
gave
right
us
or wrong.
he gave us the knowing of what is right and what's wrong.
Yes,
He
exactly. So
also
that's called
gave
a
us free
righteous
will.
judgment. Yeah.
He
He
also
also
gave us
gave us
the
free
Ten
will.
Commandments.
Right.
Yeah, that's what.
So
Yeah,
what if just
all
okay?
right.
Okay,
What if hold
so
on?
That was in the first. That was in the beginning of the Bible.
Y'all ready?
okay, and Jesus said he didn't come to abolish the law; he came to fulfill it. I hate it when people say that, but that was in the Old Testament. The
Right.
Jesus was, if you believe in Jesus, you believe Jesus existed when the Old Testament was written.
I believe that the Bible is parable. I believe that Christ is Christ consciousness that we all possess. We all
Okay,
Yeah.
can
so
be like Jesus Christ. That's in the Bible.
okay, and Jesus himself said,
I'm
if you
not here to,
believe that, so
I'm not here to break the laws. I'm here to
that's what I'm
uphold
saying.
them.
And then, okay, that's what I'm saying. The thing of it is, if you come from like a moralistic standpoint, and you say, well, I don't believe in Christianity, I don't believe in that, I don't believe in the Bible, I don't believe in the Ten Commandments, there is objective like morality to say, taking another person's life. That's like if you take somebody else's stuff, we all understand that. Like even animals understand like territory. Animals understand possession. A wild animal understands that. So when you break that code objectively, you've gone against that. We are advanced organisms. If
So,
you don't want to
so
believe in the Bible, you don't want to believe in like creation and all of that, even outside of like Christianity and like uh,
I believe,
biblical
I
righteousness.
believe, I believe that it's okay that if my brother unalive somebody, that
Hmm.
I could I could feel bad for my brother losing his way of life, and and that's righteous because of the
And
What?
love for
unalive a
my brother.
completely
While
unrelated
while
person.
while others
You
while
think you
others
I
might
think
see
justified in
me.
you, I think
unaliving a
you using it
completely
at the wrong.
unrelated person.
Oh, let me say this real quick. I think you just using it at the wrong time. Like you're saying what righteous is about how you feel. That I don't think you judge righteousness off feelings. That's not how that works. So you're talking about mourning, and there's nothing wrong with mourning. That's not even unrighteous about that. You can. So I think it did say also if you mourn, I guess unrighteous things. I think that do become an issue. I just got done reading that recently. It's crazy though, but. Overall, you saying I got to hear the whole force because I'm not really. I'm trying to get caught up on what the heck he. So you said this cop did what and what's the whole thing? Because go back to intent. I thought you was the one that was talking about intent before.
Do you know the story? Do you know the story, Kevin?
No.
All right, so this man's brother or relative, I don't know if it's brother or not. So this
It's
man's
his son.
relative, okay, this man's son was unalived by a cop. That's
Hmm.
true. And this man went and unalived a different cop in revenge.
Completely unrelated.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So
I don't
they,
even think they were like in the same precinct or
yeah,
anything.
so that's messed up for the other cop that ain't had nothing to do with that though. And then, even revenge that's unrighteous. Ain't nothing in the Bible that say that you because he wants us to forgive. He's big on forgiveness. So he premeditated things that has nothing to do with protection. That has nothing to do with so that off rip show that you even though you saying this person may be mourning for his son, but the unrighteous thing he did was take another cop that had nothing to do. Even if it was the same cop, that's still unrighteous. God is not about to be like, yes, you did the right thing. You got your no. That's not how God works. Like I said, He's big on forgiveness more than anything. So nah. So
Yeah.
if you had to
Yeah,
pick a
and that's
side,
what
the
I.
only person that was innocent was the cop that got popped.
So Cam, check
But
this
that's
out.
what I.
That would be like if a white guy, if no, I'll use black people. If a black guy beat me up, and then I go out the next day and beat up a different black guy and call that righteous.
Right.
Because of your like. But this is the thing. Even if you,
No,
because I
no,
try
because
to
the
debate.
affiliation is tighter than just speech than
Even
just
if it's
But
the
race.
this,
same
but this
guy,
is
it's
the
still
thing.
unrighteous. It don't
But this
matter.
is the thing, bro. Even if I try to debate outside of like Christian, because he obviously, the dude obviously is not a Christian. He don't believe in like Christianity and like biblical morals. So I'm like,
Oh, I'm
even on,
absolutely a moral person.
but you don't believe in
act
Yeah,
with
Christian
so we
strong
morals.
talking about
love.
That's the
righteousness.
thing. You say you
Righteousness is
believe in
what we use
Christ
in
consciousness.
Christianity. So
But this is the thing. What I'm saying, even if a wild animal, if it's a pack of lions, basically what you're saying is that if it's a pack of lions and a hyena trespass on their property and unalives one of their cubs, they'll be justified in going and unaliving like a crocodile or something because they're mourning for the
No,
cubs.
not a
So it's like
crocodile, but all the
their
hyenas.
actions are. But that's what I'm saying.
not
Okay, so
not a,
like
not a crocodile.
another
That
group
he
of
ain't got
hyenas
nothing to
that was
do with
he
it.
said,
completely
"What did I
unrelated.
do?"
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
He
But
over
that's
there
what I'm
all
saying. The
smiles.
thing of
Now he got a lion on his back.
even if
No,
you believe,
He
What
ain't
if
see
are
that
you
coming.
do you wait, what if like do you really believe that is a justice like a just act, like a righteous act? Like
I truly believe that it's all wrong. I truly believe that the first cop was wrong, and I truly believe that the father was wrong.
then how
But
is he righteous in his
okay,
actions if
so
he's
but
then
wrong? You
but
admitted
they'll
he's wrong.
but I'm
hold on,
saying that
Devotion.
those that support either one, the cop that did the unaliving or the father, they are righteous for backing this person.
No.
It's all right
But
to back this
why?
person
Why
because,
do you feel? Because that's how
Yeah,
they
why do you
believe.
feel that? That's a good question.
well, because that person either was scared or felt some type of justification in order to commit this heinous act. And
Right.
if you
What?
love this person, then you hate to see them fall on
Okay, but you're talking
this
about
hard
two
Okay,
time.
different things.
look,
You said the people.
empathy, the
Rachel, hold on. Let me just
understanding.
ask one question real quick. You're saying that they're right for like backing him up. They didn't love the kid. They didn't even know him. They're backing him up because they don't like police. So they like whoever, whatever police, whatever you do to a police in a violent way, that you're
Not
justified in it.
all
So
of them
that's what
are.
I'm saying.
Some of them are there for the fact that that man stood up for his kid. And some
He
people are
didn't
on the
stand up
other
for his
side, like,
kid though.
I can't believe he did that to a cop. And
Yeah,
both of them are right. Neither one of them
no,
should have
they're
been
wrong. They're
forcibly
not. They
removed,
are
controlled, or
wrong.
deleted from Earth. Neither one
No,
of them.
they are wrong. They are not on the side of righteousness. They are wrong. Like,
Love is
Regardless,
right.
even
no,
if you
no.
believe in like the
Even
retribution
if you have,
aspect,
hold on, generation. Even if, look, empathizing and understanding why somebody did something does not exempt them from being called out for doing something unrighteous. Like that's how people that's how people, they just blindly picking sides. Uh,
Mm.
that's how they fall. Okay, because okay. So, do you think that slavery is righteous?
No, no. You shouldn't.
Okay,
Nobody
so
should be able
okay,
to control anyone else.
so for
Period.
the people that
I don't
believe,
believe.
okay,
I don't
but for
believe
the
rank
people that,
and work
okay,
is
hold on,
righteous.
damn, right? What if for the people, right? Because there was a ton of people that believe it was right.
Of course,
How did they? Yeah, how did they get to that point?
they felt it was right because it put food on their tables. It made them feel as though they were superior. It fed into their ego.
It was self-serving.
Right, and it
Yes,
was right for them.
that is the issue with not
Mm.
But
choosing.
my
That
thing
is
is
the
that
issue. No, that is the issue
I'm
with choosing
sorry.
self and not choosing righteousness.
Mm.
This
Mm.
is how we get into this cycle of doing things for ourselves. You have to choose what is right. It benefits everyone when you choose what is right.
Yep. Hold up. Let me get my
Absolutely,
bias clap
I
real quick.
absolutely agree with that. I'm just absolutely round of applause, well
but that's the
spoken,
thing. Like doing the
highly
righteous thing doesn't
articulate.
necessarily mean it's going to benefit everyone, because you can have a mind frame or you can have a mindset that says the thing that does the most good or the thing that does the least harm. At a certain point, you're gonna have to make a decision because not everything is gonna benefit everyone. But that's the thing. You do the righteous thing, not the thing that's self-serving or not the thing that's gonna benefit you the most. Righteousness stands on its own. And you,
Mm-hmm.
that's why, like nigga saying, standing on the side of righteousness. Because there may be a time when it may be like, well, this isn't gonna benefit me, but this is the right thing to do.
Right.
And that's the thing.
Absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely. Let me broaden your perspective of me. First of all, I absolutely agree that we should be out here treating other people how we want to be treated. This is how I approach life.
It's the golden rule.
I love everybody as though they are myself, and there is no excuse to to cause harm to anybody
Well, wait a minute. If you love everyone like yourself, why are you letting that man drown?
because because I got to go to the doctor and get this bullet taken out. I got to do what's right for me. If a
You
plane
couldn't
is
take a couple
crashing,
minutes.
if if a plane is crashing, they say put your mask on first and then help everybody else. Your emergency or their emergency is not more important than your own.
I think nah. I mean, if you had, you could have put a little time to
I
help
would
that
definitely
person.
help.
Different. No,
I
I
on
would
could see
de-
if your blood was spilling and all this other
right
stuff,
on
but
the plane, you literally can't breathe. Like you have to breathe. That is very different. You're literally walking past somebody drowning. Ain't nothing wrong
Having
with
an
you.
asthma attack.
Ain't nothing wrong with you. You just
Having
add
an asthma
extra
attack.
He
stuff.
gonna keep adding more and more stuff
Oh
to
my
it.
god.
I'm on my last breath. That's why. Oh my God! Anything to not help the other person. They tell you where you at, man.
I,
It'll tell you where
I'm
you
just,
at.
I'm just, I'm just saying that there are no wrong actions. There is only bad intent.
What?
Oh my god.
What the
If
fuck are
if
you?
I'm
Hey,
What
not
are
bro,
you
hitting
you
it.
trying
on?
to
I'm not
you
hitting
trying to
What are
sound
you
philosophical,
on?
bro, but it's not
it.
hitting like you
if
think it is.
if if because of the way the system that I live in forces me to have to steal a loaf of bread to feed my family, it was a righteous act for me to feed my intent was to
No,
feed my
it's not.
family. My intent was to feed my family. And because of the system, I was unallowed. Now, God didn't say it ain't right to go against the system because he went in there and kicked the table over in the church. He didn't say it wasn't right to go against the system. He said don't go against me. Don't turn your back on me.
What
And
you talking
and
about?
But
and
still, the Bible
and I
says, "Thou shalt
prayed.
not
I
steal." So
prayed
you're
to
not.
God, and the only thing I could
You
think
think Peter
of
Pan was right?
was to steal that loaf of bread.
That's not your only resource. That's the thing. You're not unrighteous for feeding your family. The righteous intent, like I'm gonna feed my family, but you're
Right?
still
That's what
not
I'm
righteous
saying.
for stealing. You stole.
Right, you
At the
still
end of the day,
stole.
you still stole. So even though you stole with a righteous intent, the action is not righteous. You stole.
Exactly.
You could have asked somebody, "Hey, can I work? Can I work for you? Can I work in the bakery for bread?" Ask somebody that's buying bread, "Hey, can you buy me a loaf of bread?
I
Can you
exhausted all of those possibilities. I
no,
tried all of that. I tried all of that.
Nah, you ain't trying hard enough. I
That's like the one that be saying they on the pole. It was the only job I had to strip. I had to.
No, man, I'm
No,
telling
you
you, man.
didn't.
No, that's
I
self
gotta
righteous.
sell these
That's self
schmugs. I
righteous.
gotta smell
that was not your
schmugs.
last option. That was the last option you decided on. That was the last option you decided to try. That wasn't
That's
your
the one.
final option
Well,
because you could have.
because that's the one that worked. I tried.
Okay, then you're
I
not
tried being
righteous.
a
You just
vagrant.
did
I
what
tried
you
begging.
did.
I tried asking for work. I tried doing the work and then asking for pay after the work was done. I tried selling
is this
things
real life or are you just
that
making
I
this up?
thought was valuable. I tried
Try
offering
getting a job.
my perspective of art and nothing hit.
Wait, is this real life?
Everything I tried
No, he's just
was
making up a
not.
scenario,
Oh
and this is what I'm saying.
Lord.
He's making up the scenario to be,
And he putting his
But
and
own
he
nothing
self
I
into
can
it
do.
but
too.
he just gonna keep adding a whole bunch of
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
But
To
that's what
make
I'm
him
saying.
feel
You
right.
did you ask the baker? Did you ask the baker for bread? Did you ask the
Yeah,
baker? Could you work at the bakery? That's what I'm saying.
yeah. I've been out here in front of this
But
bakery for a month
No matter how
trying to.
much things you add on there, it's still that's the
you
whole
still
point of
stole.
righteousness. It's still wrong.
Doing right when there's
He trying
nobody
to make
around.
a right be he trying to make a wrong be right so bad because he keep adding stuff.
Yeah,
That's why
I'm
it's
not.
so important.
I'm.
It's so important to know what righteousness is. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't change it based off your feelings, based off your circumstances, a lie
exactly.
is a lie. Uh,
Absolutely,
wrath is
absolutely.
wrath. You know all these other things. There is never going to change.
Hey,
It don't matter if
hey,
you had good intents behind it. It just don't matter. It's
hey,
still
Kev.
wrong.
Hey,
So so
Kev.
so if
Hold on,
I
hold on, hold on,
unalive
hold on.
somebody,
What if? Give me a second,
Good,
man. Just give
Bert.
me a
I'm
second.
sorry.
Trust me,
I'm
you can
sorry.
get plenty of mic time because we're loving talking to you. Hey, Kev, I think I caught you in a contradiction.
What's that?
Respectfully.
What's
No, they
that?
say respectfully after everything. That makes it feel better. I'm gonna say
So so
respectfully, my
respectful
brother.
is the Vaseline. That's
Yeah, that's
a
the Vaseline, right? That's the Vaseline that Ice Cube was talking about. So earlier you said we can't. Earlier, if I'm not mistaken, earlier you said we can't judge righteousness, but you're proving right now that you can.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I
Judge
think you did.
righteousness.
Yeah, you said only God can
Oh
judge
no,
righteousness. You
no.
said
I
something like
said I
that.
can't. No. I said we can't label people righteous. You know, I said God. That's His thing. Just like we can't label people
What?
devils or demonic.
What? I got you. You're right. That is what you said. What's the difference between labeling people righteousness or not, and judging whether or not what if is acting righteously in
So
his scenarios.
one of them is the actions that God has told us to be able to call out, or basically showed us to call out, and one of them is actually making this person
My
be that.
perspective. My perspective.
There's a difference between the
No,
action and the person.
yeah, because like God at the end of the day, that's just like us saying that
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah. You sound so yeah. Yeah, that's a big difference. Cause like that's why even God he attacked. It's not that he don't love us, or it's not like he hate us. He just hate what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he love his people. He just hate what we do. You know, especially all the sin. But
So just to be clear, and you cleaned it up, man. I understand you now. So judging the actions, which we can do, which is what we're doing with what if, we're not
yes,
judging him as an unrighteous person
yes,
per se, just that his actions in his scenarios are not righteous.
yes. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's devil's
Nah, for
advocate.
me,
Trust me.
no.
I don't support any of these actions. The disclaimer:
You
these are
sure?
not absolutely,
You said
absolutely.
they was both
Hold
justified.
on.
They said
What
they
if?
was both
What if?
I'm
Hold
righteous.
just
on. Hold on.
using
This
these
is good.
extremes to
Hold on. What if? Hold
hyperbole
on. You said
my
you don't. Hold
perspective
on. What if? You said you don't support these actions. My question to you is why not?
because that's unrighteous.
What? Nah.
Oh God.
Respectfully, respectfully,
And that's why
I'm I'm getting
that's
annoyed
why I'm
by
the
What's
this.
God
going
mod. That's why I'm
on?
the God mod right there.
What's going
Oh,
I'm getting
on?
bro.
My
annoyed.
goodness.
I'm only here to
Kev,
broaden the
I need a
perspective.
pandering
drink. I'm
to
about to
one
give me a
side
little
has no
B-Day drink, an
integrity.
early one.
Happy early
I need
birthday,
some
bro.
wine in my life.
You want some cheese with that?
Kev,
No, man.
this is a prime example of the first prompt you got underneath the righteous is the side to be
I'm
on.
Hmm.
not pandering.
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
is a
pandering.
prime example of this
I'm only
because
showing you the
I've
flip
been
side of the
sitting
coin.
here. You ain't
It's
showing the
still the
flip
same
side of a
coin.
damn thing.
It's
Your
still the
coin is
no,
damn defective. I don't
no,
know what you talking
Bro,
no.
about.
you spinning
Your
your
In
coin
coin
on the
order
top
for
of the
there
table,
to,
bro. Your
in
is
coin
order
is
for there
defective.
to be right, in order for there to be right, there has to be wrong. I'm
exactly.
saying that it's not the action that's wrong;
So how
it's
is
the
Yes,
this
it
thing you
intention
saying
that's
is.
right?
wrong.
The
The
action
action
is wrong.
has to do
You
with
saying
wrong.
it
It's
backwards.
like
You
what?
right, you saying it backwards
The
anyways.
action is
It said
absolutely wrong.
the action is wrong and the intent was might have been the intent might have been right, but the action was wrong. That's
I'm saying, I'm saying, Solomon has
Hey,
700
cuz.
wives. I'm saying Solomon had 700 wives. God
Okay.
said, "Don't be an adulteress."
Hey,
Jesus
lovely.
came.
you
Jesus
think God
came and
supported that?
deputized him.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, absolutely. Jesus came and deputized him. Solomon kept his wives even after Jesus
Oh
passed.
my God.
He Solomon thought that because he was a king that he was afforded these things. These things were
Mention
his
names,
birthright.
They
man.
were.
What about Samson? That dude was fornicating, doing all type of stuff just because he was a
Hey,
person
Kev,
of
I heard it.
God.
This is
They
the thing,
say
and this is
That
the thing,
that
bro. When people try to discuss the Bible, but they don't read what the Bible actually says. The Bible says for a
right.
man to commit adultery, he has to smex another man's wife. A woman committing adultery is having sex with multiple men. If you're gonna read the Bible, actually read the Bible, see what it says. Solomon was
No,
not an adulterer for having
having
700
sex with
wives.
another man's wife is coveting thy neighbor's.
That's adultery, bro. Read the Bible. Look up the scriptures. The Bible has been written for thousands of years. You can look it up and see what it says. A man commits adultery when he sleeps with another man's wife. As long as Solomon wasn't sleeping with another man's wife,
further
that's what I'm
prove
saying.
my point.
It's in the United States, it's illegal because of the laws in the United States. It's cultures and countries
So
all over the world where men can have multiple wives.
can we speak on the jobs and
I
lifestyles
think
of
he
the
did
other
specify one man and one wife. He
disciples?
said that he kind
Yeah,
of actually
Yeah,
but
Paul
specified that
said
one
that.
for all of us.
Paul
I'm
said
not
that.
about
But
to.
it's multiple people in the Bible with multiple wives.
That
Paul
don't make
said
it
that
right.
about a particular church. He
That don't
wrote a
make it
letter to
right.
a
Now,
particular
now you
church.
supporting my perspective.
I'm not supporting your perspective. I'm supporting the Bible as it's written, not
Well,
as I
Just
want to
just
interpret
because
it and
just
what I
because
want
the
to
I
people
will
understand.
went
I will
along with it,
also
don't mean
say that
everybody was right.
I don't think God actually had put and said that we can have it. Even though he might say we can't. I mean, he didn't say we couldn't. He didn't say we can either. And I think like if you look at majority of the time, it's always one on one. Like if like why God ain't give Adam more than one wife then if that was the case.
That's what I always ask Karen.
Right.
Right.
I think one thing that came up too
Well, if
was
you believe that Lilith was his wife, he did have multiple
Somebody
wives.
said something about a Lilith, but I don't see that
Whoa,
in the
That's what I'm
Bible.
saying.
whoa,
It's kind of
Was it? Was
That's
it?
what
whoa.
I'm
Was she in the
saying.
Bible? I gotta look that
That's
up.
what I'm saying. You have
yeah.
a translation
yeah,
of the Bible.
Enoch.
There's other books of the Bible that is not in the canonical King James version.
Yep,
Which is
that's a
watered
fact.
down,
And in the Bible, it
which
says,
is
"Male
palatable
and
for the
female
system.
created he them."
Yeah, I don't believe in
In,
stuff
It's
in,
not
like
in the
that though.
Genesis,
Bible.
Like
Genesis
if it
Lilith
was
is
in the
not
Bible,
focuses
it
in
was
the
gonna be in
on
the
Bible.
Bible. I don't believe that stuff.
Lilith is folklore.
okay.
Huh? What'd you say,
Is
babe?
it folklore that the
Lilith
King
is
James
folklore.
was
Okay, have you read the non-canonical books of the
What the heck
Bible?
going on?
Well,
Hold on,
I'm
y'all.
trying
What
to
you
can
hear
I
say?
what
say
The book of
something real
Enoch?
quick, Kev?
I was trying to
Can I
hear
say
what
Yeah,
something?
Rachel was just saying for a quick second.
yeah, that's
Everybody
what
was
I'm
talking at one time. I'm
saying.
gonna
I
let you go in
couldn't,
real quick,
couldn't
lovely.
even hear it. That's all.
So, babe, what you was just you was saying something? 'Cause I think I wanted to hear it. Whatever she was saying. She said something about folklore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She said Lilith was
Yeah,
folklore.
Yeah.
no, I said that Lilith is not in the Bible. It's
Right.
Oh,
folklore.
that's all I thought. Because I'm like, y'all better make me go look. I'm like, what the heck? I could have sworn that's the only one he really called his wife
So
in there.
you okay? But do you know who Enoch is?
Do I know? No, I don't think none of us met him.
Not a
Hold
person.
on, man.
No. Hey,
Okay,
I'm
bro,
gonna
no
write. I'm
problem.
gonna write a
Enoch is the
book and
father.
call it Alyssa. And is everybody gonna read it? You gonna believe in it? That's just kind of like what you guys were speaking on
Okay, so
righteousness.
Enoch
And
is
I'm gonna be real with y'all.
what
It
I
says
only focus on the
what
Bible. I
if
ain't reading no
yeah,
extra books. I'm not doing none of that other
ex-
stuff.
okay.
Because
exactly?
That's what I'm saying. That
And
if it
was
not
was meant for
everybody
me to
written
read, I
as a
would have
canon.
read it there. I'm
Okay,
only
but this
focused
is
on
the
one
thing.
thing.
and not
There is
everybody
two.
has
The
to read it
Catholic,
because everybody's understanding or misunderstanding of knowledge that is
but that's
being
what I'm
presented
saying.
to them
That's the
is
thing. You
based
have okay,
upon
but do you read the
seeking
Catholic
you will
Bible
find.
or
Can
you?
I say
Generation,
something
let her
real
talk.
quick?
Let
Okay,
her
What
talk,
if
generation.
be,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the
You
thing.
go, lovely. No, no,
Let me
lovely.
just say,
Finish your
bro.
thought.
She just said, "Let me
Nope,
say."
not right now. Not right now.
Shut up, Bert.
Oh, wow. Somebody love Bert. I knew that was coming.
Lovely, go
I
ahead.
think the point that I was trying to
Lovely,
prove
go.
was that what if mentioned something about, well, that's not righteousness. Well, who determines what righteousness is? And a lot of us are out here trying to do God's work rather than meeting His assignment.
Well, I think we all determine that though, but it's all about us all following the same what God told us
Right,
what righteous is. But we can determine it.
right.
We
It's
just
kind of
can't
like,
call people righteous or call people
right. Or like a
label them.
label.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
a
can't
label.
label them.
Somebody
Yeah, we
put
can't
that
label them.
earlier in. Are
Okay.
you a criminal or did you self-defend? Did you take somebody's life because you were defending yourself? Are you a criminal or were you self-defending? So what is righteous? So I think that's where it's like we know the problems. We know the what where we were trying to get to. It's the process in between that nobody's agreeing on.
That ain't it ain't no look, there ain't no agreement when we all got the same beliefs. That's the thing. It's not
Right.
subjective when it comes to that. Like if we all reading the Bible, you can't say that I have my belief of what righteous is when they told us what it is, when we was told what it was. So we all should be on the same. That's when
Right.
it
And
become
you're not gonna
objective, right?
judge me.
Outside of the Bible, yes, I believe it is subjective morality. But once whatever you believe in is always going to be objective. You know what I'm saying?
So, so you're not gonna judge me because I read the Book of Enoch or I've read the Book of Mormon or I went into Muslim. Well, you're not gonna judge me based upon what information I saw. You're gonna
I'm going
base
to
me
judge you according to
on
the
the
Bible.
righteousness or the character. Yeah, the
I'm
character or what you came into fruition with.
Yeah, I'm gonna judge you off the Bible. So anybody that read the Bible, that's
Okay.
where the judgment gonna come from. So it shouldn't if it changed, if any other book came outside and countered the Bible, I'm really not messing with it. That's the thing. That's why in Revelation it say don't add to or take away. So that's the whole point. If it counters what he said was right or wrong, or you know what I'm saying. So, oops, that's okay. I'm talking too fast. My
But
bad.
think about it,
But if
Kev.
it
What if the
counters, if
wrong
another book
people?
counter what he said in the book, and then it says something else, another book, that's one you want to throw away. You know what I'm saying? So I think
What
the
if the
Bible
people that
gave us
took it
enough
away though were
information
the
to
wrong
not,
people?
huh?
What if the people that took away other writings or other information, what if they took it away and it should have been part of the Bible and then it wasn't because
That's what I'm
somebody
saying.
said it
You could
shouldn't be?
tell. You could tell. Revelation told us already. You could tell what's part of the Bible or not. What's not part of the Bible would counter what was in the Bible. That's what happens. So if any book be
Right.
like, okay, it could be like, I'm the missing book or something like that, but it better continue from what the Bible was saying. That's all they got to be. It shouldn't counter the commandments. It shouldn't counter what God want us to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know if something got to add to or took it away.
Look, the some of the books that weren't included, it's kind of like how we do on research, right? It has to be peer reviewed, right? They didn't put it in there for a reason. Like Enoch didn't even write that book himself. It was a compilation, I believe. And so like the Bible is good just as it is.
But
It
does it
is.
say anything bad? Does it say anything outside of
Yes, yes.
unrighteousness?
It's talking about Lilith and like there's a
But
bunch
it
of
talks
stuff.
a lot about righteousness though too. So
Yes,
does the Apocrypha.
there are some things that from the book of Enoch that is in the Bible.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just like there were other people walking around Earth than the people who decided to sit around a table and say, these are the books we're including, and that's it.
That's what I'm saying. Wasn't the book of Enoch a part of the original script that was banned by King James to present his version, where it says don't take nothing from it or put nothing with it? Didn't they already take away from it before they gave it to the slaves?
I'm sorry, was
Mm.
that a question for us or was you just asking out loud? Like I was genuinely confused for a second.
No,
See,
it was a genuine question.
so
I,
like I
I'm
said,
gonna ask
even
you.
if it was something that, because I believe yes, if the Bible already have, and I can believe that don't have to be the only part, right? I get it. I'm just saying because there's many different books that they put together. So these are different books that had different stories that spoke on the same thing that didn't contradict. Like if you notice that each book, it still stayed on the same morals and values. It never changed. But if another book that they claim supposed to be missing, if it counters the whole mission of what God said from the beginning to the end, like talking about some lithers and all this other stuff, that's BS. That's when I feel like the YT man came in with that. Like, how you gonna
Well,
have
you
you gonna not mention a Lilith or whatever this imaginary person come from, and then God just only gonna mention, well, it's not good for you to be alone. That means God was lying then. If according to that, if he wasn't
well, and
alone then or whatever, and now he's had to get somebody and get him off his side, not his rib. He took him out of his side to make a woman. That mean he wasn't alone at that time. That mean according to this so-called missing book, he already had a wife, and whatever happened with that.
well, and one thing you
These are the
speak on
questions
too,
they don't
Dan,
want you
and
to
you've
ask.
been you've been talking about it for years, is action based. So righteousness is really about, you can read the book all day long, whether you read the Bible, you read the book of Enoch, whatever culture we come from, whatever understanding we come from. It's really about more about your actions. How are you maneuvering through that? How are you presenting righteousness?
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah, and
what are you
following his
what are you
commandments and
giving?
obeying. That's what that's about. It's not a
Right. Yeah. It's a matter of being disobedient or
yeah.
obedient. The as
Yep.
above, the so below. Seeking you will find. Some
Yeah.
people get their righteousness differently, I guess. Or
I
they
ain't get
behave accordingly.
yeah. And like I said, it's just understanding. And once you understand what it is, what's right and wrong, that's the base. Everybody should follow. That's why I said it should be an objective. But the sad part is not worldwide. You know, because everybody got their own beliefs on certain things. I wanted to look it up to see if it was, but yeah, this majority morals is objective. I mean, subjective. It is.
Mm. And
That's
one
why.
thing that they did with the Bible too is they mixed it. They even in the Constitution, it says separate church from the state, but they used the Bible to have people take oaths. So there was also this like, wait a minute, what God am I believing in? What righteousness am I believing in? Now we're mixing it with how I gotta live and survive in society, or survive in how I complete the Most High's mission. How do I live righteously when the people around me aren't?
Yeah, that's why God, he don't care about what's around you. He care about what you do. And when you
Right,
go to
right.
judgment day, you can't say, "Well, I did this because of them." Yeah, that's one
Exactly.
thing. He the accountability
Yeah, the blame game.
master. He is accountability. And he ain't gonna be asking what others. Why did you do this? Why did nah? You had choices.
Man, you know, I was on Teacup looking up this Lilith thing. That is crazy to even
I've
bring
been
up
down that rabbit
Lilith.
hole, Rachel.
Yo,
Rachel,
come
I have
on.
been
Messed
down
up a
that rabbit
chain
hole
in
so many
folklore.
times.
Oh my gosh, come on. Trying to
Hmm.
justify having a bunch of wives. Go ahead. I mean, go
Hmm.
ahead. Do
Guy had.
but
Did
don't
y'all
put
hear
it
what he
under.
did
Huh?
you hear what he was saying, Rachel?
Wait, say that again.
Did you understand what he was saying?
The same thing that
About
like a bunch of these people say, oh, did you read the unleft Bibles, the ones they left out, you know, the book of Enoch, and they always say those things to go against to
It
do
is
to
to do
justify what
fleshly
they want
things,
to
right?
do. Yeah.
yeah. And then what he was saying about the men not committing adultery. So that's the new one that I've heard. I literally just started hearing men on TikTok.
Wait.
So they have a new philosophy. It really is new. Like I can honestly say I have never in my entire life heard this one before. So what they're saying, and when he was talking at the guy in the bottom box, he was saying so much y'all missed it.
Mhm.
So what they're going around saying now is men, the human male species, cannot be considered an adulterer unless they sleep with another man's wife, right? They cannot commit any sexual sins unless they sleep with another man's wife. So then my question is, so you're telling me that a married man or a single man can sleep with whoever they want, and there's nothing wrong with that? And you're telling me a married man can sleep with a single woman, and there's nothing wrong with that?
Nah, that
Yeah,
look
that's
at.
what I mean by trying to justify sin.
But I would say that if he had multiple wives, that was his wives, so that wouldn't be adultery if they was all his wives then. So I don't get why he's kind of mixed that in because it's obvious that it wasn't another man's wife because those all was his wives. If they said that whoever these kings is had many wives, so there's no way it could be adultery because that was his. So I don't know how that tied in. I was mentioning about Samus, I think his name Samson or Samson. Yeah, that super strong dude because of his hair and stuff, whatever. Remember he was holding the pillars at the end, and then he
Delilah.
got, huh?
Yeah, Samson and Delilah, right?
Is that who? Yeah, I got to read the whole story on that one a little bit. Just like David and Goliath. I got to read more on that too. Those are little like child stories that was actually true, but it was just amazing to hear it, as a kid. But they really read was real. But yeah, Samus, yeah, I think he was known for being like an attractive man and just getting so many women and but then at the end of the day he ended up, doing a mission for God or whatever. That's what I noticed about everybody in the Bible is that they were all like us. They was all sinners and all that stuff, and God still used them. You know what I'm saying? So, that's basically how I get the point of why the Bible like that. It's just to show that God can use any and everybody.
I think
You know.
the like as you break it down to like if we look biblically and we compare it to like all the conversations that have been on like
Should I do a
polygamy
refresh?
or polygamy or monogamy, And it's like everybody's trying to compare what is righteous. Is it righteous? Like what A. Brown was bringing up. There was a lot of, so there's all these wives out here. So are they just multiple wives of one man, or can one man do this to other women? It's like what is biblically changed in the time that the Bible was written, so to speak, in comparison to what we're going through now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Pearl, they try to say not, oh my God, not because men,
That's
yeah, that is the one thing I was saying that earlier. Like that is the one thing that I think like has broken down a lot of homes is the adultery from a lot of men. Because like I said, a lot of women will stay in a relationship if you are faithful.
Yep. That was like one of the reasons why you can actually divorce.
Yeah.
Which I find is two other things I ain't know. One of them is like, shoot, they said what's worse than that is a man that can't take care of his family. I was like,
Financial.
dang. I said, you can separate off that? I was like, God must take that serious. I was like, wow. They said that was worst. Worse than he actually specified and said that's worse than an adulterer. I was like, dang.
Right. It's what adultery or cheating, financial, and what's the other one? Well, I don't know. Everybody
But
has
that's
a different
how a
definition.
lot of people, especially women, want to twist that stuff. Oh, that's why I need a man with money. You know what I'm saying? But he doing everything else though. And
But
nah,
see,
you
they
doing it
need
for
a man with
self-esteem.
something that they don't have, Kev. That's what it is. They just
And he
want
can,
somebody to give them something they don't have.
Children.
mhm.
Yeah, that would be the other
But he can
one.
take care of the
Children.
family. He just might not give you the lifestyle you want. But that don't mean he can't take care of the family. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They
He
don't
Every
can
want to
get
hear
them
that
every
there,
part.
man
but
can't
some
be
expect you
every
to.
every man couldn't be even speaking economically, scientifically, and whatever kind of ethically you want to put on it. If every man in the world was a billionaire, a millionaire, the economy would crash.
Yeah.
Because who would work? Who would be the janitor? Who would be the postal worker? Who would be the FedEx driver? Who would be the customer
Right.
service rep? Who would be the teacher
Well,
or the police officer? Somebody has to make 30, 40, 50, 60, $70,000 a year.
Right. It goes back to like servantry. I was
everybody
having
not a
this
business owner.
conversation yesterday with someone. Not everybody is meant to be a leader. Not
Nope.
everybody is meant to have all the power, all the control, all the everything. There are people that need to make things work so that it
hmm
can all work in a
Everybody
construct.
playing their part.
And that comes into what is making you righteous. Like, are you being a good servant, or are you complaining that you're not in a position that you haven't earned to get, or you know, however you're trying to take control or take power. And then we live in a society that's like that. And a lot of people are telling you, oh, you shouldn't go to church, you shouldn't read the Bible, you shouldn't look into this. Oh, you mentioned different things about that, but who tells you that I'm righteous or not? You? Who determines who is righteous or not?
Us
Whether they're right or wrong.
Christians, we do. God gave us that ability to do that, called righteous judgments. But yeah, so it got to be according to what God commanded us.
Right.
So
So it's
I can
something
I can
within
say I
you.
can say if something was like that's God don't want us to
So it's
lie. God
something
don't want us
within
to
you,
move in
right, Kev?
pride. Haughty
It's
eye. We
something within you. Because have
yeah.
you ever met a
Uh,
Christian that didn't do it that way?
No, then what? Yeah, yeah. I mean, so many Christians that operate different, but some
Exactly.
people still operating for their flesh and not spirit. And spirit, uh, it's gonna be uncomfortable when you see. That's why the reason why I can get on some people that be moving in pride, but that's a fleshly thing, and then they try to manipulate the Bible or whatever to fit their flesh. Like I don't think the Bible was ever meant to make your flesh feel good. It's actually counter the flesh because that's really our biggest enemy is that the flesh want to be fed.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at
Mm-hmm.
something about the importance of, and it was I like how it was said with fasting, the importance of it. It give you full control over your flesh. And it's not giving you the things that your flesh desire and stuff. Because a lot of times we let our flesh control us. You know what I'm saying? If we feel hungry, we gotta go for it. If we feel like we're bored and all that stuff, we gotta do something. If we gotta get uh I don't know what clean way to say it, but gotta get a nut out, you're gonna either jack or you're gonna try to sleep with somebody, instead of controlling it, because the flesh be just wanting all type of stuff, usually stuff that counters, that puts us in trouble, so that was why they were saying the
I
importance of fasting.
It was like a
Fasting give you
checkbox. Like it was calling you out on your flesh. It was telling you what your flesh is doing that you shouldn't be doing. Like when you brought up the fasting.
yeah,
Fasting
fasting, that's
is
why
to
it's
remove
so
yourself,
important.
yeah, from something that is hindering you from
Yeah.
being righteous.
Right,
I
my bad.
disagree.
You right. Yeah, I noticed. I'm like, let me get that though. All right, y'all. Let me do
Uh,
a quick. What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said I disagree. I disagree with y'all take on that. I highly, highly disagree.
Is it your flesh doing it or your spirit? It's like that. But
Just,
all right, all right. So I'm,
nah, go ahead, man. I'm just
Hey,
all right, y'all. I'm
you
gonna
know
do a
what?
quick reset. What'd you
Hey,
say?
fuck your feelings. Fuck your feelings.
She was loving it. She had to get that out of her system. All right, y'all. I'll
I'm
be
just
right
playing.
back. Come on back. If
I'll
y'all
be
ain't
back.
following, follow. We about to just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Y'all come on up to get the tapping and get these shares going. Y'all did a wonderful job at the taps, though. I liked it. I'll be right back, y'all.
I know we really did good.